On any given night in the United States, there's approximately 3 million youth living on the streets. Homelessness doesn't just directly affect the homeless person themselves, it also negatively affects their families and the surrounding communities, and this is why it's a problem. To further explain this, we talked to Mark Redmond, a leader in our community who works with homeless youth every day.
You know, it started as a shelter. It started with actually a group of ministers and churches that saw the number of homeless teenagers in Burlington and said we need to do something about that. So it started very, very simply. I just got a Facebook message from a girl who, 4 years ago told me she'd spent 75% of her life homeless. Just being 18, said I've spent 75% of my life on the street. Last year was 1,966 young people. Families that we work with.
Many different things can lead to homelessness, addiction being one of them.
We work with 400 kids who are suffering from addiction. Some of them may be homeless. Often addiction is coupled with an underlying depression, maybe bipolar, maybe schizophrenia,
Spectrum Youth and Family Services is an organization whose mission includes empowering homeless youth to make and sustain positive changes while offering life skill services.
It's not how do we get you out of the cold and the rain for one night. It's how do we put a whole plan together about education, employment, life skills, everything else, counseling, addiction counseling if that's needed. How do we put a whole plan together so we can get you off the streets permanently?
Specifically, their mentoring program involves working one-on-one with the underprivileged teens. A mentor in the Spectrum Mentoring Program acts as a positive adult role model and friend to a youth. The mentor-mentee relationship offers youth the opportunity to develop a relationship with an adult outside of their family or school who acts as a friend and advocate.
We do mentoring. We're up to 74 mentors. We look for adults who will say, I'll commit myself to a young person for 1 year. You're not the therapist, you're not the social worker, just a reliable, stable, dependable person in that young person's life. So we have 74 kids right now who are helping with that.
Interpersonal relationships are between two interdependent people who interact over a period of time. They satisfy the need for inclusion, for affection toward another person, and the need for having the ability to influence others, their environment, and themselves. Each interpersonal relationship is unique. Spectrum Mentoring Program's main goal is to work with a youth so that they gain a feeling of inclusion. They consistently interact with each other in hopes of gaining affection for one another. This mentor-mentee relationship grows stronger because the mentor provides friendship, emotional support, and inspiration to the youth they are matched with. They aim to enable the youth to have a feeling of influence over themselves, their environment, and others. This helps the youth fulfill needs that are only met through interpersonal relations. This type of relationship is necessary for the youth to encourage and allow positive changes in their life.
This video really shows how PCOM can combat homelessness among youth using interpersonal relationships within an organization like Spectrum. To learn more about homeless youth and how to help, stop in at Spectrum's Burlington location or check out their website at www.spectrumbt.org.
But this tiny organization in a small state is really making a national impact.
As you can see, homeless youth is a really big problem in our communities, and Spectrum demonstrates just how important interpersonal relationships are and how beneficial they can be to homeless youth.